Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé. This is Season 8, Episode 1, December 2020. I'm going to react to it and see if anything of interest comes out of my face.
Bo is living at the house right now. I love Bo to death. He's family, and I'm not going to just kick Bo out on the street. If he's around here for a couple days, then you're just going to have to suffer a little bit.
You're joking, yes?
No. I think she needs to be more open and accepting. Like, it's not all about her, you know what I mean? When it comes to family, family's family.
So it's great that they're talking about it before she gets there. He's saying, look, my Uncle Bo stays with me sometimes, and that's the way I want it to be. She's saying, I don't want him around, and I don't feel comfortable with that. Now, they're both entitled to their preference there. How do they work together on this, though? He's basically just putting his foot down and saying, look, this is the way it's going to be. I wish there was a little bit more back and forth and some understanding given to each other. At the very least, validating her feelings of just being like, yeah, I get it. If I was in your shoes, I might be uncomfortable too. I get it. And we'll just have to see. But he means a lot to me. And frankly, he doesn't really have other places to go. I don't know if that's the case. But he means a lot to me, and I really want him to have the option of staying here every now and then. And I think you'll like him, and I hope that you can be open to, something more. But what the two of them do is when there's tension, when there's anxiety in the relationship, they basically just put up a wall. They both do. And they almost use disappointment as a way of hoping that the other person will change their mind. They both pull back, and it's almost like they're hoping that the other person will just stop what they're doing instead of leaning in a little bit. That's what I tell to a lot of couples like this, of just you have to lean in more. Instead of leaning back all the time, you have to lean in if you want the relationship to go well, meaning that you have to do something that doesn't feel very comfortable to you, which might mean communicating more, being more vulnerable, validating the other person. You don't have to give in. That leaning in doesn't, a lot of times people think by pulling back, I'm asserting myself. I'm drawing a line in the sand. And that seems to be what he did. It's like, he's a part of the family and he stays here. So I'm asserting myself. But that runs the risk of making the other person feel like they don't matter, that they don't have any entitlement to an opinion, that you don't care what they think. And then where are you, right? So you can do both. You can draw a line in the sand, and you can take care of someone and make someone feel valued and cared about.
I don't know. I got to work on it, just like I said. You won't be alone, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping me and Natalie can discover ourselves in this 90 days, and we can truly fall in love, and it all works out. Only time will tell. Damn, 4 days. You ready?
Will you be nice to me?
Yeah, I'll be nice to you.
Promise?
Yeah, you're gonna be nice to me?
I actually think that question, although not the best question to ask, is actually apt given his attitude towards her. He hasn't, at least what we've seen on the show, had a lot of positive feelings about her coming. When she told him, I didn't show this clip, but when she told him that she got her visa and that she has to come right away, he seemed mostly not happy about it. Like, oh God, he goes, oh, that's scary. Okay, totally, it's scary. There's a lot of bad things that could happen, but you should be mostly positive about it, right? Not that he has to change how he feels, but if you're going to move forward with this relationship, you would think that you would be positive, and you'd also think you'd try to exude that positivity toward your spouse so that they feel appreciated and feel like you care. And from everything we've seen, he seems very subdued. I wonder if he's depressed as well. I don't know. I don't have any data on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't suffer from some sort of depression. Who knows? But I think one thing that I can speculate around, given the data that we have in the previous season, is that when he's anxious, when he is hurt, when he is predicting bad things, he pulls back. And she does too, but she does to a lesser extent. And her way of trying to bridge the gap is to ask these kinds of questions. Are you going to be nice to me? It's a passive aggressive question in that you're basically saying, you're being mean to me right now, or I think you're going to be mean to me. And that's a criticism. So it's not just a question. Are you going to be nice to me? It's a loaded question, if you will. But it is at least a little bit of that leaning in. It's a little bit of that, hey, honey, are you going to be nice to me? I'm lobbing the ball over the plate. Can you hit this one and just say, yeah, absolutely, I'll be nice to you. I love you. That's the response she's probably hoping for. Now, she could also ask a different question of just like, hey, I don't know why, but right now I feel a little like maybe you don't like me very much or that you don't want to be nice to me. I don't know. I don't want to accuse you of anything, but could you just reassure me that you love me or that you like me and that you want to do nice things with me and that you want me to come? Can you just reassure me on that level? If you don't want to reassure me, then let me know now. But I feel like you probably do want me to come. And can you just tell me that? You know, being less loaded of a question and more straightforward. But again, that's vulnerable, and neither one of these two are very good at being vulnerable. They have a lot of needs, a lot of vulnerability that's happening, but they obscure it in all these walls, and they both do this to each other. And so she just is saying she's coming, and are you going to be nice to me? And he's like, yeah, what? Well, are you going to be nice to me? It's just that total defensiveness, and when you do that they do it to each other, and when they do it to each other, it just continues to trigger each other, and then more walls go up and more leaning back happens, and so, yeesh. All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Thanks for joining me. Please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.